Hey guys, Intercoil here. Pretty exciting news. I've been waiting to find this for a long time, and it finally popped up on eBay. I got bored one night and decided to search it up again because anyone that does know about it knows it's hard to find. It is the VIPER Defender RC car, based on the car from NBC's VIPER TV series from '93 to '98-ish. The slot car was a lot easier to find for the longest time. It's a vehicle that the front wheels don't spin on because it can do 180 turns when spun hard enough or given enough power, and it can run both directions on the track because of all the circuitry inside. You can see it. It's hard to see through the camera, but you can see it in person through the windshield. So anyway, what we're here for is the RC car. It's roughly about 1/10 to 1/18 scale in size. It is a used toy. I did pay way too much for it, but you know what? I'm tired of waiting for it, so I went ahead and got it. I've already taken it out of the box. The box itself is in okay shape. I have low standards. It's got some dents and scratches and tears, but it's a packaging, and normally people did not care about that. So let's go ahead and get it opened up. The flag is still here. I also did some other things to it earlier. Alright, so thanks to the wonders of 90s technology and budgets and people wanting to make money, it is a 3-channel setup. On the back, it states that you can do all these amazing things, such as go forward and back up and turn and stop, because stopping is important. It takes 4 AA batteries and a 9-volt battery, like most of the cars that size. Has some pretty decent artwork across. That's not too quick, babe. Anyway, so it's some decent artwork on the sides and the front. The actual picture of it on top, and you can still see somewhat of the Kmart price tag from back in the day. So anyway, like I said, it's 3 channels, so it only backs up and goes forward really. I already have batteries in it, and I took it apart. So, but anyway, so yeah, it does work, sort of. Like I said, wonderful 90s technology. That's pretty much it. That's all it does. So what I'm going to show you in this video, not much else other than that. I'm going to take the top off. I've already taken the 3 screws that hold it in place. Basically there's 2 here and 1 in the back. The chassis, I'm going to be looking at updating. I'm going to figure out if Tyco had any later I believe they had later versions that actually had 4-channel capabilities, and I'm going to make it basically work, hopefully be pulling the wheels off, because the wheels are unique to the VIPER Defender to a point. Obviously they're pretty much the VIPER regular RT10 wheels with some extra bolt hole I don't know, details, whatever you want to call them. So anyway, the body itself is in okay shape. It's got some scratches because, like I said, it is used. You can see all the dust, fuzz, and hair it picks up on, you know, like any RC car would being run inside. I'm going to get it cleaned up, and I'll keep it around because there's no point in getting rid of it either. It's just, you know, that's all you get. So I did see, I believe, 2 videos. One where somebody did convert it to 4-channel, but all they were doing was just showing it driving around. And the other video, it was sitting on a shelf, and they had it where the headlights, taillights came on. They could flash, I believe, side to side, front and back, and then they actually put a small LED in the windshield to simulate the flashing light for when in pursuit mode. So I will be hopefully working on at least getting headlights, taillights, and the flasher unit installed. You know, there's plenty of videos on making that work in anything from die cast of 1/24th to 1/18th, so it'll be no different than that. The nice thing is it's pretty well easy. The clear parts for the headlights are easy enough to access and actually get to work. It's probably not the best lighting, but when I do that, I probably will be pulling the windshield glass out and spray painting the inner part of the body black, just to make sure that none of the extra lighting will escape out, because when you turn on a phone, oh, mine's charging anyway, so when you turn it on, no, mommy's is messed up, anyway, you can see the light through the entire body. Literally, there's like hardly any paint actually on this body. So I'm probably going to do an update video later on. I have some spray paint that's called GM Storm Metallic Gray, I believe. It's darker than this, and because it's going to be a custom model and I'm never going to probably get rid of it, so I really don't care about authenticity. It'll probably look more badass in a darker color. I will probably be touching up some of the body lines because you can see the mold lines, because it was literally a mold, give it a quick spray paint and slap it together kind of job. I don't want to complain too much. I am thrilled to have this car finally, because for the longest time I literally had just this to mess with, and you really can't do a whole lot. I mean, yeah, we got to have some fun with the slot track, but having that out all the time in a small house doesn't really work, so it sits in a box most of the time, unfortunately, and these just sit on the shelf and they need to be cleaned up because of that. So I'll be doing some work to this. I'm not gonna, cut anything up or anything. Well, thought about it, but I don't know how well that'll work, because it would be kind of cool to get the side pods to open up and look like they can do something. Maybe even have that pop up with, if I decided to find a radio controlled setup that could actually like have a little actuator to pop up the holographic projector, maybe open the back door and have like maybe a miniature that pod, I believe is what it was called. I could be wrong. Somebody else can correct me. I haven't seen an episode in about a year. So maybe have that open up. Not sure if I'd work too much, because having the actual guts in the car and how much space you'd really have. Yeah, I don't think it'd work with opening the back because of how this is mounting together. So unfortunately not everything would end up working, but it would be kind of cool to get some of it to work. And like I said, battling rams would probably not be a good idea either, just because. Now, before I really get around to concluding anything, ideas I do have will be to make find a 4-channel quick RC Tyco version that I can just take the chassis and get it to be 4-channel and have some fun with it. Maybe take it to work when I'm bored and there's not a whole lot going on, and I can run it around the store. The other thing would be to make an actual decent chassis that can do all the other cool things that might be capable of doing. And also, because we all know that it had a 4-wheel drive mode, so one idea is to find and or build a chassis where it would sit, probably say about, I don't know, yay high. I'd probably have to do some guesstimates, because perfect measurements aren't going to be possible probably. But get a 4-wheel drive version, maybe actually make it a true 4-wheel drive, and there's got to be enough out there. I mean, I've watched a few. I'm part of RC815 crew, I think is what it's called, on Facebook. They do all kinds of miniature crawlers, so I'm sure I can take some of what they're doing and make it work for this. And then also, it would be great, because I have had these kind of RC vehicles in the past, is to maybe make it work somehow with a chassis that this thing can plop down onto, that is an actual hovercraft chassis, so that way it can have hovercraft mode like it did in 4th season. So overall, I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled to have that have this vehicle finally. I mean, it looks great. I mean, the overall body molding is great. I mean, just to have anything larger than, say, a Hot Wheels is great. And I know they didn't make anything. Other future ideas would be to try to make a mold of it so I can have extra bodies. You know, the whole rights thing to VIPER, if anybody knows, that one obscure video of the auction must have been whoever bought the vehicle, bought the rights to the vehicle and the show, and that's why we haven't seen it on TV since, what, early 03, 04, I want to say, on reruns with Sci-Fi. And I do have VHS copies of most of them. There was a guy that had some decent high quality versions on YouTube, and he got in trouble. Can you tighten it up so it stops thinking? Basically, you know, that's, you know, we're pretty much stuck with VHS copies from recording on Sci-Fi. Other than that, I mean, you'll see in future videos of me having this thing pulled apart, and maybe with a different chassis on it later on. I'll probably get this all cleaned up, sanded up, painted, and make it look a lot better. I know some people would probably say, hey, leave it as is, but that's not how I roll, and I want to have a little bit higher detail. I mean, yeah, adding the LEDs wouldn't have been a big deal, but anyone that's ever played with something like this for more than 2 minutes would know that forward, reverse, left, and stop are just not enough. So, alright guys, well, thanks for watching, and I will catch you later. Can you turn it off? This is my daughter, who would like to be referred as Diamond Star, as possibly a future YouTuber as well. She is going to demonstrate the wonderful 3-channel capability of the VIPER Defender. Hang on, let it focus for a second. It's taking way too long to focus. There we go. Okay, go ahead. And there goes Bella. Alright, go ahead and back it up. Back it up. Hey, don't be chewing it. Okay, alright, that's enough. Bring it in there.
I'm dying.
Okay. And that was the wonderful capabilities of the factory chassis of the VIPER Defender.
The death of the VIPER.
No, it's not really. But anyway, no, the death was just NBC in general. So, alright, so there it is. Hopefully in future videos I'll at least have the LEDs installed. Whether or not they are part of the radio controlled capability will probably be not really. So, alright guys, catch you later.